Let's record. Hey guys, so excited for our Run to Executive call, and particularly excited to have Gabby Dean and a number of her team on here as well. So there's no way I could ask Gabby and ask her to do me a huge favor and hop on here and share her golden nuggets without saying to her, of course, your team can come on and listen to their leader at the same time. So, that's what we do in Isogenics. We all work in together and support each other. So, for those of you who don't know, what we've been doing is running a run to executive. So it finishes on the 17th of November. And we have some awesome things, including a retreat and all sorts of things at the end of it. So we're very excited about that. And so for those of you who are making sure you've got that date of the retreat in your diary, for our team, that is right at the end of November. So it's the last weekend of November. So yeah, we're very excited about our run to executive, and everybody has been really, teaming up and supporting each other and buddying up and, helping each other go manager, go director, go executive. So that's what it's all about. So I also just wanted to mention something, because we do have so many here who've qualified already for Leaders in the Making. So huge congratulations to those of you who've qualified for Leaders in the Making. But as Gabby and I and her team were just talking about, there is an opportunity for people who are at the rank of manager by the 20th of October to come along to this retreat. And, I must admit, Gabby, I have been talking to people who live in New South Wales. And then I hear Gabby's bringing a whole host across with her. And, some of them are paying their own way to hop and come across to this event. So, as we all know, staying close to the fire is awesome. So if you think about it, if someone who's a rank of manager has decided to hop on a plane, come over here at their own expense and attend this event, then, wherever you are in Australia, it's definitely something that you should have a serious think about. So I'm super excited to be one of the trainers at that event. I know Gabby will be too. It will be just amazing. So very excited for Leaders in the Making. So make sure that you've had a look at your diary, seen if if that time is available. So that one is the 31st of October and the 1st and 2nd of November. So you've got two things to, work towards. And interestingly enough, the whole key to both of those is making sure that you are manager. And then for those of you who are already manager, going director and going executive. So that brings me to, just before we introduce and talk to Gabby, the importance right now. So as you know, there's a call on Thursday morning. So a big announcement corporately for an incredible incentive that's coming up. And, all we want to say at the moment for that is to say that to be enrolling and to be creating consultants and be getting to manager, if you're not already there, is what your focus should be this week. And not only that, to help you do that, what we have is we have the Kickstart 90 registrations, and awesome extra bonuses for people who start on the 30-day reset or the ultimate pack. So everything is coming together like this perfect storm. And literally, I've just come back from Canberra, being with Darylene and Nicole, and came back into Sydney, got on this call, and I can feel my whole body sort of like, oh, because we've been doing so much together and we're so excited. And it is like the perfect storm. Everything is coming together this week. So I really encourage you to keep your focus simple and be thinking enrollments, consultants, manager, Kickstart 90. That is it. If you can just focus on that, then you're going to put yourself in a great position with this new incentive launched. So And that's why I thought this morning, who is someone who I one can ask at short notice, who's someone who'll do anything at the drop of a hat, who is someone who is a really strong enroller, and who is someone who is really good at creating consultants. And I thought, well, none other than the amazing Gabby Dean. And I remember quite a long time ago having a discussion with Gabby about enrolling in New Zealand. And, for anybody on this call who hasn't enrolled in New Zealand, their prices are a little bit more. And so she said, well, it's really simple. She said, if someone's enrolling, they enroll with two people and then they're going to get, half their pack paid for. And it was like, that's it, that's what you do. So, I've always remembered that and thought, she's so strong in her posture on that. So, that Gabby is, one of the amazing leaders within Isogenics, reached millionaire, has just kicked so many goals. I hate to even guess how many trips. Maybe you can start with that, Gabby, in a second, how many trips she's won. But I know that she never misses one. She's just like, no, I think you missed one once, didn't you, Gabby? And you said never again, never, never again. So she's on every trip, and she's an awesome leader. So we're going to do this in a way that I'm just going to ask Gabby a few questions. And the first one I want her to talk about, and you don't really need to ask Gabby many questions because she'll just keep talking. But what I would love you to do is let's start with enrolling, because before we create consultants, we need to have people to create consultants with. And all of us, at whatever level we are, I know this week I am absolutely committed to, having a strong enrolling week. So it doesn't matter what level you're at, we need to be enrolling new people. So, Gabby, give us your gold on consistently enrolling the way that you do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Heather. I'm so excited to be on your call and so many familiar faces on here. Got some Ice royalty, Renee, Belinda. Oh my gosh, you guys are amazing. Sarah, I pretty much kind of know most of you, which is really cool. But yeah, I mean, I've been enrolling for 13 years now, and it's not one of those things where you can just keep posting the same thing on Facebook and praying that you're going to keep enrolling. There's got to be some real intention and strategy to it. And I guess I remember Eric Worre from GoPro, he said, there comes a time when in everyone's life you make the switch from amateur network marketer to professional. And I was like, oh, I want to switch. I want to be a pro. What does that mean? He's like, you can't just post and expect people to reach out to you and get started. I was like, oh, sick burn. That's what I'm doing. He's like, when you want to become a professional, you make a list and you reach out with intention. I was like, oh my gosh, that's scary. But it is honestly the truth, because the reality is, like, in our first, for a lot of you guys that may be new to the business, you can rely on posting on your social media and then people reaching out and then saying, okay, cool, what is this? Tell me more about it, and putting it on your stories. However, there will come a time in your business, we call it the OSM, that's the oh shit moment, which is where it's like, damn it, I'm posting, but I'm not getting any enrollments. Like, and that's a moment where a lot of people go, oh, it's not working anymore, I give up, right? But other people that have been to the events and they plug in, they know, okay, this is my time to start moving into that professional network marketer strategy. And what that means is intentionally going out and networking, intentionally making conversations with people, intentionally making a list and following up that list. You guys have probably heard that strategy, 3 by 3 by 3, right? And so that's something that's always stuck with me. So, because sometimes, like, it's awesome in Ashix, we are our own boss, but the hard thing is, damn it, we're our own boss. Like, I've got to motivate myself and tell myself what to do. So one thing that's always stuck with me is that 3 by 3 by 3 matrix. And it's like, okay, if I have to sit, because often you sit down, it's like, okay, I need to work on my Ashix business. What do I do? I'll go on social media to get a post. Get distracted, So I always start with that 3 by 3 by 3 matrix. And that's really, I've been doing that for 13 years. And it's literally, number one is pour love into 3 people. That's the first thing I do. And because that makes me feel good about myself too. Pour love into three people. They could be in your team, or they could be just people on Facebook, or oh my gosh, how was your family holiday? That looks amazing. I love seeing you so happy. Just things like that, you're just pouring love into three people. The next thing is reaching out to three new people. So pouring love into three people. Often it's my team, all my customers. Like, I saw you did a cleanse day. You're amazing. So proud of you. Rah, rah. And then it's reaching out to three people. So it's reaching out to three people and trying to make a new connection. Okay. So I'll be like, oh, hey, I saw you've just joined the gym. Oh my gosh, amazing. Where did you move from? Making three new connections. And then the third one is three follow-ups. So pour love into three people, make three new connections, and follow up three people. So I have a list in my notes on my phone, like I'm not organized. And in my notes on my phone, I have it like I have emojis to code the person. So, like, if it's someone who is shown interest in isogenics, or we've had a conversation about it, they've got like a pink heart. If it's someone who is like, I haven't talked to isogenics before, they may have like a green heart. If it's someone who I'm like, oh my gosh, they are my isogenics dream team, they'll have like a unicorn emoji. Like, and typically when I'm following up with three people, I'll go to the unicorns first, because those are like my dream business partners. And I'll follow up. Hey man, how's it going? And just following up that conversation. Hey, not sure if you're how are you going? I don't know if you saw my post or my story, but the next Kickstart 90 challenge is about to launch, and there's 7 days left to register. Are you keen to get a transformation with me this summer? 16 grand cash up for grabs. Yeah, let me know if you're keen. I would love to be doing this with you. And so I'll follow up with, say, a new promotion or whatever's going on at Ashton's at the time. So that is what I'm constantly trying to do, right? And if I ever sit down, I'm like, okay, I've got 10 minutes. That's what I'm going to do. 3 by 3 by 3, pouring love into three people, making three new connections, and following up three people. And that basic formula has worked for me so, so, so well. The other thing I do is I pretty much always try and have an event locked in. Okay. So I'll always have an event locked in. So when I am doing the follow up, or even sometimes, it comes up in conversation. Oh, what do you do? I've got an online business. I'm aligned with Ashton. What's that? Oh my gosh, you've never heard of it? What? You should come. I'm actually having an event all about it this Saturday. You should come along, check it out. We're having free smoothie bowls. I'll tell you all about it. So I pretty much always have an event locked in, like at my house, that I will invite people to when I'm doing the follow up. But yeah, it is a case of constantly having that pipeline of customers. And to find those new customers, I've got to get out of my comfort zone, baby. I can't just sit behind the computer. Sometimes you can, absolutely. But I can tell you that connections made in real life are way more powerful than the connections we like. Of course, I meet new people on social media, but it does take a lot of time to build that street cred, right? And it takes a lot of time to build that trust with someone you've just connected with on social media. I do that though. But what I love doing is meeting people in real life. So what I'll do is I will put myself out there and try something new. I mean, this year I ended up playing full tackle women's rugby to meet new people. It was brutal, but man, I met so many people, it was sick. And I found out I love rugby. I joined a netball team. I'm always trying to do new things. On Saturday, I did this breath work thing. That was hectic. I don't know if you guys have ever done that breath work. That was crazy, man. I did this new breathwork thing. Oh, I met some new ladies there. So I'm constantly trying to get out of my comfort zone and do new things and meet new people. And if you guys know David Wood, right? When you do all these new things and you meet these new people, your energy is mixed up. You're like excited it's something new, right? And also, you can then have something awesome to talk to other people about. You've got an awesome experience to share. Oh my God, you're into breathwork? Me too. You like rugby? Oh my God, I played this season. And so you can connect with more people because you've tried more new things. So I'm constantly trying to meet people in real life, just because that is a way more powerful way to meet people. And like if you meet someone on social media, it's hard, your vibe attracts your tribe, but you don't really know it may take a while to get their vibe through the interweb, right? But So you don't really know if they like fully align with you or not. But if you meet them in real life, you can pretty much tell straight away, like, this is my person, they align with me. And it's just, when you have that electric connection with someone, you're just like, oh my gosh, this is my person. I remember when I met Jo actually for the first time and we hung out and she came into my house, I was like, oh my gosh, she is like my person. Like we just had so many similarities and we're just same vibe. So when you meet someone in real life like that, it is way more powerful, right? It's a way more just a genuine and beautiful connection straight away. I love meeting people online, but yeah, nothing beats that real life, face to face meeting a real life human being. So I would say, and I always play the long game. So when I meet people, I'm not trying to enroll them, right? I'm trying to get to know them. They may not ever want to do anything about Ice. That's okay. But I'm always building my network, and I'll meet someone, grab them on my social media straight away. And typically, this is actually something that's worked really well. So when I am meeting someone, I talk to them, I'll just literally get to know them, right? Where are you from? And I'll ask all of these questions. Do you know what? When you ask someone a question, oh my gosh, where are you from? Well, how many kids here? What do you do? Guess what? When you ask that question, what are they going to ask you? Well, what do you do? Right? So of course that's a really good way to get them to ask you, well, what do you do? And a lot of you guys are probably working full-time jobs, right? Or you may not be isogenics full-time. So what I would say when I was working my job was like, well, 9 to 5, I'm an accountant, but my real passion is my online Ice business. It's so cool. My dream is to one day, it's about helping people get healthy, helping people make money. It's like the wickedest group of people. And one day I want it to be my full-time gig. I want to travel the world. Oh, I'm just so excited about it. And, like they can feel the energy shift from 9 to 5, I'm an accountant, but my real passion is isogenics. They can obviously see isogenics trumps my accounting job, right? So then they're like, oh my God, what is that? And then I'll be like, add me on Instagram. I share heaps on there. You'll see all about it. It's the best thing ever. If you're ever open to making money online or upgrading your health, you got to hit me up, man. It's my passion, And so I'll say that because it is my passion. It's my legit passion. And even when I was working full time as an accountant, I was so stoked that I found this vehicle to one day create my dream life. Even at the time, I hadn't even made $50. I was like, oh my gosh, I found a way that I could live the dream. This is sick. And this is something I shared to my crew just on our little half an hour call just before this. But how do you expect someone to get excited about isogenics if you're not excited about it? I think that's really, really key because how you say something says it all, And I was talking to my crew actually about the business opportunity with isogenics. And this kind of segues into the consultant talk. But like, if you are not like excited and passionate about the isogenics opportunity and getting paid and making money and helping people get paid, you're probably not going to attract people, business partners that are going to become consultants, right? Because like if you're just constantly talking about the products, you're going to attract customers, absolutely. But what we want to get us to manager, to get us to leaders in the making, and to get us to executive is we need those business partners. And we want consultants that are permanent consultants, not ones that are like, obviously we'll get, hey, grandma's jumped on with grandpa and the next door neighbor, right? And some of them might do a 30-day and then, damn it, grandpa's not keen to keep going. Oh man, I got to get another consultant. And there's nothing wrong with that. We all do that. That's like natural, right? But to get to executive and stay executive, you want to find those 10 people that are on the journey, right? Is it easy? No way. It takes a lot. You got to kiss a lot of frogs before you get to the prince, baby. You've got to have a lot of conversations. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to come and go from your business before you find those solid, like, yep, I'm like a lifelong consultant, like I am solid, like, hell yeah, all right, next,
Hey, Gab,
so
before you move on to creating consultants, there's a question in the chat, and I think it's a really good one. So
yeah,
you've got people, you do such a good job of creating these contacts, these friends, these people, and they do become your friends really quickly because you find out about them, you create common ground, whether it's online or offline. But how do you actually convert them? So how do you go to that point where you know what? And actually have them order, what's your
yeah.
system for that?
Well, like I said, they go on my list. Okay. So they go on my list and they may not get started right then and there. But they'll go on my list if I've talked to them about isogenics, they've got a pink heart next to them, if they're like a real gangster dream team, they've got the unicorn. And then the next day I'm doing my 3 follow-up. I might go, hey, how's it going? What are you up to this weekend? It definitely is a long game. Like it is a long game. I'm probably I'm not someone that's like, so you ready to get started or not? But what I will do is I'll follow them up whenever a deal or something comes up, which is pretty much all the time. So right now, prime opportunity, Kickstart 90. Hey girl, I know we've talked about ice units before, and I think you would absolutely freaking rock it. Just wondering if you're open to jumping on board with me and doing this Kickstart 90 challenge. We've got 7 days to register. There's 16 grand up for cash. Are you keen to get amongst it with me? So I'll use promotions to often try and seal the deal. Right now, if you get a 30-day cleanse fit, you're going to get a free tub of cleanse. That means you can do 3 double cleanses in your first month. You're going to be like Shred City. Watch out, mankini on the beach this summer. Let me know if you're keen. And I'll always say, if not, all good. Just let me know. But I would love to do this with you. So I'd say I use the promotions to follow up. I use, oh my gosh, dude, we just launched Mocha Shake. Drop the mic. I'm not even kidding. If you're ever going to start Isogenics, now is the time, because this flavor is off the charts. Like I'm literally salivating, like thinking about it. It's so good. Let me know if you're keen. So I'll use the promotions to follow up and I guess close the deal, because the promotions often have a time frame, right? Look, you've got another 7 days to get this promotion, so let me know. And then what I'll do is I'll write their name down. Okay, I need to follow this person up before this promotion ends. Hey man, haven't heard back with you. There's 24 hours left. Let me know. If not, all good, but I would really hate you to miss out on this deal. So I guess I use the promotions to kind of close the sale a lot. Especially Kickstart 90, that's such a great one, or any like deals or, yeah, hope that helps.
Awesome. And I love the idea of, 3 double cleanses. That's, hadn't thought of that one. So it's so cool. It's not just an extra tub of cleanse. It's like you're going to, shred like you haven't shredded before. So I love that.
If they do 3 double cleanses, look out, man. They're going to have washboard abs,
I love it. Okay, so when do you start planting the seed? And do you do that with absolutely every person? Do you select people, like you said about your unicorns? Yeah, how do you, and I can tell with your enrolling strategy that you're someone who just drop, and then they're on board. So is that the same with consultants, that it's right from the very beginning? How do you start? How do you paint the picture? Yeah, tell us all about that.
So anyone that knows me is probably on my social media somewhere. And I'm constantly talking about the opportunity on my social media, constantly, and if I'm celebrating consultants. So say I created a consultant on last week and I said, congratulations, Rachel, you are incredible. Decided you wanted to get consultant. You've enrolled 2 people. You've earned $350. So freaking cool. You've now got your paid for your whole month's products. You are amazing. You're on fire. I'm so proud of you. Because guess what? Yes, people want to get $350, but they want to be celebrated, right? And you know what? Especially moms. Do we get celebrated for the hard work we do? No. We get shat on and vomited on, right? Most of the time. So to be celebrated, like, you're amazing, I'm so proud of you, you're incredible. It's like, we never get that pump up, right? So this business, it's our job to celebrate and lift people up and, make them feel seen and heard and amazing. So that's like the coolest part of this, right? And you don't have to celebrate a consultant that you have created. You can celebrate anyone who's become a consultant, anyone in the whole of Isogenics. Oh my gosh, I saw you become a consultant. I just want to give you a massive shout out. So cool. So you are now earning residual income, baby. Not many people on this planet. What's the income that 2% of the planet earn? Residual income. You could be earning money while you sleep now. Every time someone reorders, you're going to be earning residual income. Like, that is something to be excited about. Do you guys know, as a consultant, you can earn $13,500 a week? Cha-ching! If you enroll unicorn on your left, unicorn on your right, you are making gangster money. How cool is that, right? And there are people that do that. So I would say my strategy for consultant, I'm always talking about the opportunity on my social media, always, all the time. I would say I talk equally about the opportunity and the products, right? I'm constantly sharing the opportunity. So they know, right? They know what's up. I'm celebrating consultants all the time. So people want, yes, money. They want to get their products for free, but they also want recognition. The other thing I do, and this is so common in New Zealand, people say, I want to do Asianics, but I can't afford it. And you guys probably get this all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, well, guess what? You can get your products totally free. Would you like to pay full price, half price, or would you like this system for free? Because you can choose, right? And if they're like, what, free? I'm like, yeah, man, find 2 or 3 friends to do this with you. And you can get, I said, look, if you find 2 friends to do the 30-day cleanse with you, you're going to get about $300 back. If you find 3 friends, you're going to get $400 back. Um, and I actually go a step further, and I said, it actually can be way more easy and fun than you think. I will help you write a Facebook post, and let's ask who wants to come on the journey with you. You never know. You could have people frothing to do this with you. Let's give it a crack. So I don't just say, go find 2 friends and tell them to get started with you. Because that's like sending a lamb to the slaughter, right? They're going to be like, hey, why don't you actually with me? How much is it? $500? Get out of town. That's literally sending them to the slaughterhouse, right? So what I do is I say, I will help you write a post. Let's see who's keen to come on the journey with you. And then I'm like, write the post. Hey man, after watching my friend Gabby harp on about ice for years, I finally decided to give it a crack. I am keen to upgrade my health and feel amazing. But I would love to have some friends on this journey with me. I'm getting started this week. I'm looking for 2 or 3 friends who want to come on the journey with me. We all know going on a wellness journey is way more fun with friends, and accountability means you're way more likely to have success. Let me know if you're keen to come with me, and I'll give you all the details. So I'm writing the post for them, right? And I'm not just saying, go talk to your mates about it, because they will get hated on, right? So I'll help them write the post, and typically, and I'll even say to them, typically it will take 2 or 3 posts or stories, or it's not, people aren't probably going to jump on after one post. They'll probably need to do a post and a couple of stories. But if someone is genuinely like, they genuinely cannot afford isogenics, they are like literally living week to week, genuinely, then guess what? They will do 4, 5, 6, 7 posts until they find those people. If they're kind of BSing me and they're just like, maybe they don't see the value in isogenics yet, or maybe they're not quite convinced, they probably be like, oh, they'll make some excuse why they can't do the post. Oh, my grandma's on my social media and she's a hater, so I'm not going to post. Okay, cool. Maybe they're not really invested in isogenics yet. And if that's the case, guess what I do? Whatever their goal is, say they're like, I want to build muscle. I'll just make this gangster reel with all these people that have built muscle. Check out these results. Then guess what? I found the money. No way. Woohoo, let's go. So I often find that if they are saying the money thing, it's often that they aren't fully sold on the results that they're going to get, right? Maybe they're questioning, is this going to work? Oh, I don't know. Some shake thing, they're kind of doubting it. So I will often just go hard on the results. I'll really, you'll see on my stories, transformation. And then they'll usually come back. And if not, hey, that's all good. Maybe it's not the right time, and that's okay. But guess what? They're on my list. They got a pink heart. I'm going to circle back. Hey, man, what's up? So.
Hey, Gabs, all the Aussies on here, tell them what a Kiwi 30-day reset pack, how much it is. Because, a lot of people in Australia think our packs are expensive and,
Yep.
they're like,
Yeah,
oh, no one wants to buy it. It's too expensive. They don't want to spend the money. Listen to what Gabby has to sell. How much, Gabby?
So our 30-day reset is $570. And the average
ultimate?
And the ultimate is $860.
And so, Gabby signs people on these packs.
And New Zealand average, the average household income in New Zealand is what, $650 a week. So it's not like the easiest thing. But what I also sometimes do is, if someone's like genuinely like, man, I'm like skint as a mofo, but I so badly want this, I'll say, well, why don't we get you started on 100 BV, 3 shakes, right? 3 types of shake. It's $4 a meal or $5 a meal. Why don't we get you started on that? your account is active, and then we just go psycho for 30 days, finding you some people to do this with you. So your next pack is for free, you know? So I'll
So
even
would you then duplicate that they find people to start on the 3 shakes as well?
ideally the 30-day cleanse, you
Yeah.
know, because they ideally want to, if they want to get a good result, they're going to need the 30-day cleanse. You know, we know that they're going to need all the products if they want to get that like epic transformation. So I say, if you're going to start on that, yes, I'll get you started on that if money is an issue, but then let's go hard. That means your account is active for 30 days. Let's change you to associate straight away. Then you can ask people to join you because you've got those 10% off coupons. Oh my gosh, guys, I've got 10% coupons only for the first 3 people that join me on this journey. Let's freaking go. Kickstart 90 is closing in 7 days, 16 grand cash up for grabs. Who's keen to do this with me? You know, and I'll help them to find people to get started with them to go on the journey. But yeah, another thing is I had an idea that I was going to share. Yeah, I mean, you guys all know, right? If you're enrolling someone, I always say, look, who wants to do this with you? You know, your partner, you have a couple of girlfriends that want to do this with you. It's way more fun doing this with a couple of friends. Obviously, I'll do it with you, but you have way more fun, and you can get your products for free. You know, you can get your half your money back, or you know, and every time your people order, and I always paint the residual income picture as well. I say, look, if the people you enroll love it and they keep ordering every single month, you're going to get paid every single month. And if you enroll an ISA freak like me who loves it and tells a million people, then you're going to earn some gangster money, you know? So go for it. So yeah, I'm always painting the picture of the residual income. But yeah, I'd say I plant the seed. Everyone, I'd say every single person who knows me knows about the iShares opportunity and knows that they can refer 2 people and get their products, or refer 3 people and get their products completely free, because I post that on my social media all the time.
I think one of the things that stands out to me about what you're saying, in fact, 2 things. One is that you are quite strategic about what you post on your social media. So what you're saying is, you know, when we see a post all about, you know, shredding, or we see a post all about building muscle, it's because you know you've got someone who's watching you at the moment, or someone who's watching one of your associates, and you've, you know, made sure that they see what you're doing as well, because you would obviously make sure that was happening. Then you are posting for a reason. So I love that. I love the strategic posting.
Do you know one other thing that's really helped me heaps? If you're getting an objection, whatever it is, and you keep getting the same objection, do a post posting the opposite of that. Like, for instance, even like the price thing. If you're getting the price objection a lot, I can be like, I cannot believe how much money I save using Isagenix. Like $4 a meal. It is crazy. I'm saving so much money on my groceries. You know, and you could just say, this is like, I don't know, how do people afford the supermarket? It's nuts. Isagenix is the way to go, man. Like, you know, $4 a meal, all the family. Boom, 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 boom. It's incredible. So if you're getting an objection, I always do a post about the opposite, like, of that objection.
I love that. And we were having that discussion in Canberra about the cost of things, you know, in the supermarket at the moment. And so you could do a post about that. I can't believe I've just gone to the supermarket and, you know, I spent X amount of dollars just on, you know, this, and this. How cool is it that I have Isagenix as well, that I'm able to, you know, do the meals, blah, blah.
I say, like, how do people afford not to do Isagenix? This is crazy. Like, a cauliflower is $15 at our Foursquare. Both Jack and Anita live in my little town. We have one tiny Foursquare. It is crazy.
Oh, wow. And the other thing I notice is how you partner with people. So is there anything else that you can really talk into that as to, you know, how you team up? You know, look at the fact that, you know, your team hopped on here right now. You know, they're working with you, they're alongside, but you're also not, as you said, not feeding them to the slaughter and just letting them do it themselves. You're doing it with them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I'm always reaching out to business partners, and you know, this is such a great way to get to executive. So write your list, like, who is your dream team? Who do you want to do this with? I remember someone once said to me, like, if you were the owner of a multi-million-dollar company, who would be your board of directors? Write their names down. And it doesn't have to be people that know you or like you the best. It could be like man, my accountant, he's the man. Like, he's so smart. I'd have him on my team, and write down the names of those people that are in your board of directors. And the reason that you wrote them down, there's a reason, right? To say the accountant, I'm like, dude, you're so smart. So I would reach out to him and be like, you know what? Say his name's Brian. Brian, you are so smart. You are one smart cookie. And I don't know if I've shared it with you, but I'm aligned with a multi-million-dollar global health and wellness company where we can earn residual income. Our investment is zero. Someone who's as smart as you could probably kill this and get it straight away. You would be you are on my dream team of business partners. Are you open to checking this out? You would be so great at it. I think you just get it straight away, And so I'm not BSing them. Like, there's a reason I wrote their name down in the dream team. So I'm just telling them what the reason is that they are in their dream team. And you know what's so cool? Even if you guys like aren't making big money yet, maybe you're just starting, you can say, I'm just getting started. I'm just learning about this. But someone like you could absolutely crush this, man. Like, seriously. I'm just getting started. But your name came to my head because I'm like, holy shit, this guy could destroy this, and tell them. And that is a way that you can find genuine business partners. And you know what? When I got started, right, the girl who enrolled me, Mara, she was a consultant. And she said that to me. She's like, someone like you could freaking crush this, man. I was like, really? Oh my gosh, what do I do? She's like, get to executive. I was executive like 3 weeks later. She was still a consultant, but she breathed belief into me. She's like, you could kill this. Like, you'd be a freaking weapon. You're a boss. I'm just getting started. But she didn't let her position in the business or her earnings or where she was just consultant. She wasn't earning big money, but she didn't let that stop her from telling me about the big money, So she didn't let that hold her back, be like, oh yeah, you can like get to consultant like me. She's like, bro, you could be executive. You could be walking across that stage. I see you up on that stage one day. Like, you could freaking crush this. I'm just getting started, but I honestly see you destroying this.
And she also recognized you, Gabby, as someone who loves to be shouted out. So, when you mentioned before about mums love to be shouted out, yeah, mums love to be shouted out. But you know what? Gabby wasn't a mum when she started this. She was an accountant. And I remember you saying, hey, no one's saying, wow, you've done a good job at work today. And suddenly these guys were shouting you out and saying you're amazing and you could be doing this. And that fired you got fire in your belly from that. Isn't that right?
Oh man, when I got celebrated for becoming a consultant and I had done something that is not compliant, I enrolled my mum and my dad on one side and the other. So now I look back, this is not allowed to do that. I just forced them to buy a pack for Christmas. And I got you're amazing, congratulations, consultant. Wow, you're incredible. I was like, oh my God, like, this is sick. I'm pretty sure I bought my mum and dad a pack. Like, I'd paid for their pack for Christmas, or I'd forced them to buy something. But I just remember feeling so like, oh my gosh, like, you don't get that recognition in the corporate world. You don't get that. It's just expected, You don't get that recognition as a mom or a lot of the things. You just don't get that. And so I just felt so seen and heard and celebrated and lifted up. And I was like, consultant, what's next? What's next? Manager. You bet I was manager in like 24 hours. I was like, like, because I just so craved that recognition and being celebrated. I just absolutely frothed on that. And when they're like, all right, we've got a trip. Only 10 people can or 20 people can win. Who's it gonna be? Look out. I'm like, I want to be on the trip. I want to be, and it was more about just being celebrated. Congratulations, Gabby, you won the trip to Vegas. Like, because I'm that person that drives me big time. Recognition, like, absolutely froths on me. So you'll have people in your team or in your network that froth on that recognition like me. And they will see you celebrating a consultant or celebrating someone just for doing a cleanse day and be like, man, I want to do a cleanse day and get celebrated, So as we know, everyone's different. But yeah, make sure you are trying to cover all those personality types, because if you find someone that is frothing on recognition like me, guess what? You give them the map to executive, they will run, right? They want to be manager, they want to be director, they want to be executive. They want to
So,
let.
you can hear, Gabby has incredible energy, but hear what she just dropped then, the map to executive. So what she does is she uses the tools. So if there's things there that, work, is there any other tools, Gabby, that you use, like you've always used or you just continue to use? And while you're thinking about that, I want you, anybody, to put in the chat right now. I'd like everybody, not anybody, I'd like you all to put in the chat one word that describes why you think Gabby is so successful. So throw those words in the chat while Gabby's thinking about what are the tools she uses.
Tools, I mean, events, definitely events. It's like a party on a weeknight, like, or a school night. You can have people over your Wellness Wednesday. Like, I just think it's so cool. And whether new people come or just your existing team, like that, your existing customers, those are the most important people to be there. You get their belief up and cast the vision. And events is definitely probably my most used tool. What other tools do I use? I mean, to be honest, if I'm really honest, it's probably just transformations before and afters. So, like, I have, a gallery of my phone of before and afters, collagen before and afters, muscle building before and afters, weight loss before and afters, just, and I'm talking to everyone. Pretty much everyone I talked about Isogenics gets like 20, 30, 40, 50 transformations. And they just look there like, maybe by 10 or 15, like, all right, I'm in, like you cannot argue with the results. So I just think that I focus on results. I focus on sharing transformations, and I really focus on the 30-day money back guarantee. Look, if you don't love this system, get your money back. You 7 months worth of food for free and get your money back, So I'd say I leverage very hard of those things, sending people transformations, 30-day money back guarantee, and having an event. I always kind of try and have an event locked in to invite people to, because that's just such an easy and cool and fun way to share Isogenics.
And you use the promotions, is
Yep. Mm-hmm.
cool. And so that is like you were saying, we have 8 days left till the 1st of October, and, get in and register. It's free. There's all that money up for grabs. Why not get started right now? So, yeah, I love the fact that that's your biggest follow up. And I can imagine you're going crazy in this next, 8 days, and keeping it simple. You also mentioned about the different personality types. So just being aware of what people are and where they're at. And yes, you will attract your own tribe of the kind of people that are like you, but also know that there could well, if you are not quite as and all the words just threw in the chat, as in passionate, energy, confidence, high energy, unstoppable, belief and passion, but if you don't see yourself quite like that yet, know that there could be a Gabby sitting there that you can introduce who's going to help you build your business really fast. So,
And you could introduce them to me and get them on a call with me and be like, what up? I can talk to people for you guys.
thank you, Gabby. Okay, we aim to keep these calls short, sharp, to the point. You have absolutely shared some gold with these guys, and the feedback in the chat's been awesome. And as a last, wrap up, what will you and your team be doing between now and the end of the month? Because we've got one more week left, a 5-week month. What are you and your team going to be doing? Say 3 things.
Well, I talked to the guys about this before, and definitely setting their sights on manager. I want to try. My focus is try and get as many people as I can to the leaders in the making, and they will invest and get themselves there. So that's my number one goal is to get people to the leaders in the making right now. Get people in the Kickstart 90, absolutely. That is prime, and lead by me doing it as well. Obviously, I'm like posting my before photos, like, what up, I'm in. And yeah, I guess that is my focus for this month.
Awesome. I love it. And just for those who hopped on a little later than right at the beginning of the call, we talked about the fact that, we absolutely celebrate those guys. And there's a number of you on this call who qualify for leaders in the making. However, the company has said that if someone really wants to go and they are of the rank of manager, they can, and they can pay their own way to be there. And why would you not be around this kind of vibe? So, get there, get your people there. So that's it. Thank you so much, Gabby. Short notice. You've been amazing. Lovely to have your team on as well. Throw a bit more love in the chat there. Darlene's just put hearts up. We really appreciate you. We love your energy, and we'll see you in a few weeks. See ya.
Yeah, can't wait. And proud of my crew jumping on. It's, 20 past 9 here. And I know Gina is booked in for my 6 a.m. spin class tomorrow. So awesome work. Well done. I'm so proud of you guys. But that's the passion and commitment and showing up. So I'm so excited for you guys to hit executive. It's not easy, but it's so worth it. Dig deep. You got each other, link arms, and freaking go for it. You got nothing to lose.
Thank you so much. See you all, guys. Talk to you in the chat.
Thanks, Gabby. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.